Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Star Trek Fleet Command. So, some of you may have noticed that you haven't seen any videos that I have been trying to upload for weeks. For weeks. And I was going through my channel and I was like, what is going on? Nothing is getting uploaded. And I deleted a couple of videos that didn't have many views, thinking that might be the issue. But of course, YouTubers have lists and lists of videos. So I was like, that can't be it. And so I was chatting with Deuce on his page via comment. And I was like, I just want to take a look because I made a previous video that you'll probably just see now that I made and uploaded 3 days ago. And it was more of a test. It was like, hey, can you see this video or not? Let me know. And I looked at it and it had 0 views. And I didn't post a link anywhere like I usually do because I was kind of analyzing and testing to see if I would get any views because I have over 200 subscribers, so I would assume you would get notifications when I post a video. Well, no one had seen it. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Not all of my subs hate me that much to like not watch one of my videos. So I went back into the video and I looked at the status and it said unlisted. And for those of you who don't have a YouTube channel or know what that lingo is, so YouTubers can make videos, unlist them specifically for the purpose of sharing private links so only certain people can see the video. Otherwise, it says unlisted. You can't search for it. So I went into the video and I changed the status to public, and all of a sudden went to the top of my list, and I feel incredibly stupid. So it's one of the pains of learning as you go, and it was definitely a dumb moment for me. I feel incredibly stupid about it, but hey, everyone makes mistakes. And so hopefully I am back, and hopefully you can see all of my videos that I'm uploading, as this is going to be the second one that I'm going to upload that won't have any views yet. So definitely let me know if you see it. And as always, leave your feedback. I love it. But because of that, I haven't been able to talk about this augment event and so many changes. The 10-minute shields that are bubbling when you try to raid a station, the Botany Bay, the crew members, and I had a really good video on the Botany Bay before it released. I was so upset about that, but it is what it is. So I'm definitely well into my faction. I haven't been playing the faction that much because I don't know if I don't know if it feels like a temporary faction. It feels like the faction isn't fully set up. And with Scopely, we're not surprised when content isn't fully developed. But it feels like it's almost like a temporary faction that has been placed. And I say that because there's no ships. There's no ships for you to kind of get, no augment ships, which I think we were all kind of hoping for was a faction that was going to have starships for us to get. My hope is that that's in the plan for Scopely, that they're going to develop ships. They're not going to turn this faction around and do a faction spending event where you have to get 100 blueprints and they're $500 for the first ship. I hope that it's still mining materials and turning that around into currency and buying blueprints that way. I think that would be a really fun way for spenders and free to play players to kind of get into this and kind of have newer ships that they might not have access to because for whatever reason they are free to play. So I did some upgrades on my Kamari, and I was finally ready to do that because so I've been working on my base a lot, and I have been just grinding away research, grinding away station upgrades. I still have some to go, but a lot of this has been upgraded already, all up to level 28. The problem I'm facing right now is I need 300 uncommon ore to get to Ops 29. But I want the armor upgrade on my Kamari before I do that. And that is 250 uncommon ore. So, as you can see, that armor upgrade definitely increases the rating on my ship a lot, the strength rating. And so I'm definitely going to do that first, and then I will save for an upgrade. I would like to do, the photon torpedoes, but that's another 250 ore. And that one's an easy one. And then that one takes crystal, so that's not so bad. So I can finally hopefully sometime get my Kamari up to tier 6. If you've been following my channel, you'll notice I haven't bought any of the faction ships. None of the packages that have come out. I did buy the Botany Bay package, and I don't regret that for $20. I thought that was a really good deal. But until Scopely starts to get a little bit more reasonable with their packages, the only package I really buy that's worth spending money on for me is the Elite monthly package. And I think it's because you get so much in that package that it's actually really worth the $100. Now, I know a lot of people are stop spending, and they're kind of doing this silent strike with that, and I fully support that. And my spending has dropped dramatically. I mean, I was spending probably 200 a week or so, and now I'm doing like 100 a month. So that is definitely hitting Scopely for me personally a little bit. So what I want to talk to is the Alliance Domination event. I really like this event, not just because our brand new alliance is in third place right now. And we have been working our butts off to get this. So big shout out to my alliance. A lot of them have just recently come together from different alliances. A lot of old prejudices there that we're kind of working out and learning that, everyone is now a friend. But they are crushing it, considering that we're in number 3rd place and we only have 37 people. We are also on power listing of 9th. And I am definitely aiming for the 3rd spot there. So they're doing a really good job. But to talk about the Alliance Domination event, so basically, I like this event because it's for people of lower levels and people of higher levels as well. The higher level players are definitely are crippled a bit in this event because they can't really upgrade because everything requires uncommon materials. And we have to decide whether or not we want to put that into our station or whether or not we want to put it into a ship. And that's the number one reason I had not been upgrading my Kamari, because I had been putting it into my station. And I like upgrades that apply to everything. So I was doing all the battleship research because I know any battleship that I get, it's going to apply to it. Versus my ship, once my Kamari, starts to become a little out of date with my level of the game, it's going to suck because everything that I put into that ship is going to be useless. So that's the reason I was opting for the station. Another thing is, for those players that are around 20 to 24, and they're like, oh my god, I need to upgrade everything before I go to the next level. I do not like that at all. And the Alliance Domination is a really good example, because in this event, for those people that have rushed up to those levels, they can actually now go back and work on all that stuff that they skipped out over on and get points for their alliance. And if you're worried about your station getting raided, if you're worried about losing resources because you're not upgrading your turrets on every level, or your docks, or your parsteel storage, or whatnot, just pop a shield. I always like popping 24-hour shields because it covers me when I'm going to be sleeping and I don't know when I'm going to wake up in the next morning or not. But pop a shield and rush to it. Get to it as soon as possible. If you do not have a Kamari, rush to that Kamari. I don't care if you're level 16. I don't care if you're level 1. I don't care if you're level 23 and you think your Vulgus is the best thing ever. The Kumari is very different than the Kara and the Vulgus, and I'll tell you why. The Kumari is where you start your faction game. And up until then, you can play faction game, and it's going to be incredibly slow because the ships that you're going to be hitting and the damage you're going to be taking and the resources you're going to be spending, not only in upgrading that ship, but also the damage taken is so considerable versus the Kumari. The Kumari can go out and blow up a lot of ships because its ship ability is 27, I believe shield penetration is increased 27% against explorers. So you find faction NPCs that are explorers and you blow them up. But you can hit very high levels and earn a lot of faction points really fast. So I am a very big advocate on rushing to get the Kumari. I think it is an incredible ship. For me being at level 28, it is a wonderful ship. A lot of players that are level 28, level 29, they'll use their Kumari, and it'll be a little bit higher than mine. It'll be about 310k, and they'll blow through the Payflower. They'll blow through the Legionnaire. The D3 is a little bit different because it does have a type advantage against the Kumari, but all of the pay ships, they'll blow through them. I still strongly believe the Kumari is a great ship, and it's a great ship to invest in the long term. So, as you can see in the Alliance Domination event, you definitely want to hit that research. Speed through that research as much as possible. If you have all those speed ups and you have a lot of dilithium sitting that you're sitting on, use those speed ups, blow through that dilithium doing all that research, because the majority of your research is going to cost a lot of dilithium. And the next two big things is power increase by building. I don't like this phrase because so many people assume, oh, if I upgrade anything on my station, any building, I'm going to earn points. No, it has to increase power. And you earn 15 points for every 1 power increase point. So you have to be very careful with that. So I take that and I throw it in the trash, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm moving on to the next thing. Ship experience spent. So this is not taking a ship out and training it the old-fashioned way. This is about pouring ship experience into a ship that isn't leveled up. This is why I build those Talas, why I build those older ships, those envoys that I'm never ever going to use, because my station can support so many ships. And if you have ship experience lying around, you're like, oh my god, I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. Dump it in those ships for this event, but only do it during the ship event so you can double dip in events. You can get those goodies for that ship upgrade event, and then you can be getting Alliance Domination points for that as well. The same goes for research. The same goes for building. Officer events. Make sure you're only putting experience into officers during the officer event and the Alliance Domination event. You want to think very smartly when it comes to these events, because you can double, if not triple dip in events. So they've been pretty smart, and they haven't been running dual mission or dual events side by side along with Alliance Domination. And this really long duration on the station event is complete BS in my opinion. It should be a lot shorter than that. However, as you can see, I went into the limited time officer event. I got to do a little bit more upgrading because what I really need is uncommon ore. So on every event that pops up right in this tier, I hit that tier. It doesn't take much to hit that tier, but every time I hit it, I get 6, I get 4, I get 2, I get whatever it is. You get that ship experience, you get the resources that you need. Don't think you need to max these events, because I will tell you, the jump from here to here is incredible. There is a lot of resources put into that top level. And for me, I have over 400 uncommon refined gas because I haven't upgraded my Vulgus since level 23, a very long time ago. And these rewards are great, but they are not worth what you have to spend on the event. So keep that in mind. Try to target what you need and play smart. When Alliance Domination isn't going on, they usually do a limited time officer event and an officer event over here. When that happens, just be stacking officers that need to be upgraded. Stack that officer experience. Go out, hunt those NPCs, get those crates, get that officer experience that way. So there's so many different things you can do with that I would highly recommend you kind of think out and think through. So that's going to be my spiel for this video. I really wanted to share that because there have been a lot of questions amongst my alliance mates about this, but you definitely want to plan and think things through. The big thing I suggest for this event, if you are unsure, you want to take a look at the research event. When that research event and the other one is officer event, but I'll get to that really quickly here. The research event gives 20 points for every power increased. And then the research event is going on outside, and that one is really simple to do, and it maximizes your points for the Alliance Domination. So just think about that. The officer event is kind of a no-brainer. It won't earn you as many points for Alliance Domination, but hey, at least you're putting points up and you're getting something out of it for yourself as well as your alliance. So keep that in mind. Also, if you're like, if you look at it, you're like, oh my God, there's no research event. Don't do research. Don't do things that are not going on. It does take planning. But if you're doing research and you're like, oh my God, I got to power through 5 researches because we're running behind in points, do not do it yet. Wait. Just chill and hold on until that event shows up. That's the best thing I can tell you. You definitely want to game those events. You want to get the most bang for your buck for what you're putting in. So just be mindful about that. I'm definitely going to be posting some more videos, but I just wanted to get this video out because I'm so excited I can finally get my videos out and you guys can watch and see what's going on. I apologize I have been away. Purposely, that has not been done. I have been trying to get a video uploaded to my page. So thank you so much for staying a subscriber, even though you think I may have gone a little silent. Post comments below. I love to hear from you guys. And take care, be kind to one another, and I will talk to you later.